All right.
Hold on.
It's the Roman Martinez Show. Before you get up and go, you better sit your butt down and turn up the sound. It's the Roman Martinez Show. Welcome, everybody, to the Roman Martinez Show. Indie Focus, In Demand. Roaming with Roman. I'll just stop.
I love it.
Roman and Friends.
Yeah, Roman and Friends. Glad to be here, guys.
I'm Roman Martinez. I have Nicolette Pullen, the amazing actress and now director. She's going to be talking about a few of her projects that she's recently done, projects we've done together, also some other cool things that are unexpected. Also, by the way, these two films, Flirting with the Devil and Ophelia, Nicolette Pullen appears in both of them as Dolores in Flirting with the Devil and Ophelia and secret character in Ophelia. You can get these films at RomanEmpireEntertainment.com. You can get them for free.
There you go.
It'll say buy, but it's not really buy. You can actually get them for free. So what have you been doing recently?
I've just been kind of planning out my year, sort of, just going with the flow. Like, oh yeah, I got these, these acting things, these acting gigs, and then waiting to get a new laptop so I can actually finally finish writing my film.
Can you share a little bit of your project, or is that
Yeah,
still
absolutely.
loves?
It's a short horror film about some pretty evil men, and there's essential payback. So it's kind of a small torture horror style film. Essentially just a short grotesque horror film and very dark. And that's kind of the way, which I want it to kind of be similar to Skin of a Rink, but it's not. Like not quite down those levels, but very dark, lots of white noise, quick to show certain scenes, and I want the audience kind of guessing. That's my thing. I like mysterious horror.
Well, that's cool because like being involved with you on something that's grotesque and a little bit more extreme, because personally, like when I've done horror, I feel like I still need to get pushed further and further to the limits.
Yeah.
So you've done also a couple other films last year. You did Pillow Party Massacre.
Yeah. I don't want to give too much details, but it was a slasher film. It's basically a slasher film, and it goes off of these girls that deal with a traumatic experience. I won't say. And they go to a cabin, and I'm the first to die, but the way I die is really cool. You said you finished something recently, movie-wise, like actually film-wise.
A Free Spirit.
Okay, tell me more about that.
It was Galen Flynn's project. Galen helped me out on iClown, and her name was Red. I was the director of photography on that, and Galen was the writer, director, producer on it. It's about an older gentleman named Gage, and he encounters a lady who's stranded, and then they go back to his place, and he gets to know a little bit more about her, and I don't want to spoil any more about it. But yeah, I was the director of photography on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm excited to see it.
I'd love to know a little bit more about your experience directing Dollhouse. And you read for Dollhouse too.
I did.
Yeah, for like, I think
Oh,
way
a
back in
long
spring.
time ago. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, you read as
A long time ago. I remember we had talked about Dollhouse, and then I think when we did when I really noted up that script, because I sat down and you saw my script, the Dollhouse script.
You studied that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I know what I want for this. I have a vision for this. I know some of it couldn't really happen, but it was still really cool to get to know it. And then when I had sat down and done all that studying, I was like, wait a second. I think I remember this. Do I remember this, or am I crazy? And then I think we kind of solidified it during rehearsals or after rehearsals.
Yeah.
Somewhere around then. And so at that point, I'm like, God, I would have never thought I would be involved with this film. Like back when I read, just to help read, I was like, I had not one clue I'd be director of this thing. So that was kind of a beautiful little surprise. Surprise! So I had so much fun with that. I think the cast was great. great. Those kids were so
yeah.
great to work with.
Yeah.
God, how old were they? Like 20s?
Early-
Or 21?
Early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s, like young.
Fresh-faced, yeah.
Fresh faces, very good at what they did, listened to instructions really well. It seemed like everyone just got along really well,
Yeah.
and hopefully I was loved. But
Yeah, you were. You made it like a party environment.
Yeah.
So, yeah. A director after my own heart, because you made it the exact same kind of environment that I would do, like with the comfort level. And then you did the exercises, which is, I don't do that.
yeah,
You
I was going to
added
mention
to
those.
that.
I
Yeah.
actually, because I really wouldn't have ever thought I'd do something like that, but after being in theater, and then obviously after Fear PDX really, inspired me also to get these actors warmed up and kind of a little more comfortable in their space. And I get it, warm-ups suck. You don't want to really do them. At least I don't. But once you're going to get it done, then it does work. Your blood's pumping a little more, you're stretched out. You maybe get hopefully a couple of laughs in, because once you get people laughing together, like you do tongue twisters and people screw up on it, you laugh and have a good time, You do a fun game here and there. And then everyone's really excited and feeling really comfortable in their zone. And I think that's the approach I want to continue to take as in future directing projects. So, yeah.
You're flexible in that regard, and that kind of like it. I really do relate to that, because I had a director who, like, we'd show up in an audition, we do some crazy exercises, and I was like, this has nothing to do with the show, and that's okay, because it gets you out of your comfort level. And then, like, when we were doing the narration blocking on some of the stuff, you remember the narration blocking? We did that on flirting a little bit, where...
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
I thought, like, we could try that out, because I felt like anything that will make the actor feel free, so it's like, as somebody else is kind of puppeteering, they're talking and speaking the person's dialogue, and then you can kind of move and hammer down the movements you need,
I had forgotten about that. Where did you get that idea? Did you just think of it yourself?
And it's one of those things where it's like you think you invented it, and then it's probably like from the 20s or the 1800s. It's like,
probably.
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid and you spin around on the floor and you're like, hey, look what I invented. No, Curly invented that.
Curly,
yeah, not you.
You came up with it by yourself, but
on the fly.
on the fly, that's great.
I was just
love that.
Well, thank you. I was just thinking of, like, I know it's really difficult when you're rehearsing and you're trying to remember lines and you're looking at your little Samuel French book and you're trying to get the movements in and you're writing on your pencil and everything. It's like, well, what would free somebody up and be able to move and swim around? So.
Wow, worked.
Yeah.
That was a really good time.
Yeah, I had a great time on it. Theater work, you've done some theater work. You've told me about some of the theater work you've done, but I'd love it if you shared some of your theater work, because that's like a first passion of mine, theater.
So I went to Lynn Benton Community College for theater, and I spent 2 years there. And every year we had 3 seasons. We had a spring play, a fall play, and a winter play. And I started taking a lot of theater classes while doing my regular studies, and then I would audition every season. And I was very terrified because I hadn't had any background, but I knew that college was kind of the way I wanted to start my acting career, get a little bit of grounding in acting, and I think theater is very raw. So I went to college, took these theater classes, auditioned, and was extremely successful. My teacher, Dan Stone, was an amazing teacher. He taught well, had great classes, great insight, and he was also in charge of the theater program at Lynn Benton. So I just started kind of working my way up, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I realized how difficult and tiring theater could be, especially depending on your role, and I tended to get the fairly bigger roles. And I'd be doing my studies, like going full time, and every night was rehearsal, five days a week. So I learned quick, and I realized I was fairly natural at what I did. I still had so much work to do, and I recognized that. But I also gave myself that pat on the back of like, wow, you know what you're doing, you're good at it, let's keep going. So after those 2 years, I mean, I got the biggest role that I had ever had, which was called Eurydice. And I was Eurydice, and that was the last play I did at Lynn Benton Community College. And it was a very poetic Greek mythology play, and I had to really study and kind of focus on what each line meant to me, and how am I gonna portray this to the audience. And I think that success really kind of set me up for what I eventually wanted to do, which was film, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I think I did one more play in Corvallis, His Girl Friday. I didn't get a lead in that, but I was on stage a lot of the time, and I had my own little scene, which was cute. And I haven't done much since, but I love it, I miss it, I'd do it again. Oh, that's essentially my theater experience.
Would you agree with me, because I thought of something recently with theater. I feel like you have to have a higher degree of concentration. I feel like theater demands more from an audience than a movie could ever demand.
Absolutely. I can agree with you on that. There's a lot more demand, and it's just right there. You have to know how to improv really well if things go wrong.
Yeah.
You need to be on alert a lot of the time. And then obviously, you get a lot more practice though. You have to in order to do this performance. So you're performing quite quickly. Well, not quickly, but slowly. Mm-hmm. You're performing every night and working around things and blocking things. But once it's showtime, it's showtime.
Yeah.
But that's the demand in that, is that you're working really hard to put on a show that is in the moment, is present. Mm-hmm. I think that the more demanding thing with film is that I've noticed it's shoot date now, you come here, and then you get in the front of the camera and you go. There's not a lot of rehearsal time for film.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's demanding in the sense that you really need to find your co-actor, if you have one, and practice with them on your own time mm-hmm. While you're waiting on set. Or really just make sure you know, obviously you need to know your lines and you need to be ready and know what approach you're gonna be doing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, the demands are different. I feel like I can't say if that's more or less between the two. They're just different.
Motion pictures, more hours on a day.
That's true.
Yeah.
See, so there's different demands. I can't really tell which one is more demanding.
Crystal was demanding.
Crystal was great, though.
It was great.
It was cold. That's the only
I looked
thing.
like the kid in A Christmas Story because I was wearing like three different layers.
Yeah, you were bundled up. I felt bad for you guys because you had to be out there just the whole time. And you're like, all right, guys, come outside. And we're like, okay. And then, all right, guys, go back inside. We're like, okay. Yes. Back to the comfy warmth of the house and the couch and coffee.
Yeah, Jeff would be like, Romy, we need you out here. I want to be in there where it's warm with
all the actors.
Where it's warm. No, come on out. Approve these shots. Yeah.
No, Crystal I'm sure it was pretty demanding for you though, right? Did you feel like it was fairly demanding on your end?
With the experience of actually having gone asleep for a few minutes on one of the shoot days where they were setting up the shot, and I was like, Jeff said, Romy, what do you think of that shot? It's great. I've never done that on a set. I never fell asleep.
So you, AKA yes, essentially yes, it was fairly demanding.
Yeah, and I was pumping so much rock star in myself, I probably gave myself kidney cancer. But I was just...
Go get that checked.
Yeah, go get that checked.
Remember, people, be careful with Rockstar.
Lance and I were talking about that last week when he was on about Crystal. And he had done motion pictures before, but this was his first feature film. And so he was stating that when he was talking with you during the period between we were shooting, he said that you were very much like, yes, I'm on set, you know, I'm excited to be on set. And that was new for Lance, because he was like, oh, okay, get it, you know, the life of being on set.
That's crazy.
What is it about, I mean, I know what it's like to be on set, but explain from your perspective as the actor, what's it like to be on set for you in front of the camera and, you know, doing all that?
On set, it's boring.
Yeah.
It can be very boring. I love being on set, but it's hurry up and wait. And sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, with Pillow Party Massacre, I was like, why do I love this again? Because there's just so much waiting. But once I'm in front of the camera, everything changes. And it's like, all right, finally, I've been waiting to be right here and I'm ready to act. So that waiting is so beneficial because it just makes the camera time even more exciting and more pleasurable. Yeah, I think that's basically what I think of it. I love it, but it's boring and then rewarding. Let's go sit down, go wait, okay, back up on set, wait a little more. All right, action, excitement, wonderful, and then repeat the process. At the end of the day, the rewarding and the success and the rewarding feelings that you get from that success are just, it's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's weird, though, because it's like, for me, I will be very honest with you, I get anxious with the actors. I've always had that when because I always feel like I'm on their dime, I'm wasting their time.
Well, I've noticed you've always been so diligent in checking up on your actors, and that is something. That's why you're like one of my favorite directors, because you're very diligent. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You always do, though. Thank you. Yeah, very diligent in checking up on the actors and making sure that we're okay. And I, at least for me, I appreciate that, because it's like, you know what, I am doing pretty good. You know, I'll let you know if I'm not, and I feel safe enough to let you know if I'm not.
Yeah.
But it just shows that you care, and that makes me, I would hope it drives, at least for me, it drives the actor to continue to do a good job. And obviously your job is to do a good job. Doesn't matter what circumstance I'm in, I will always do my best, but it just kind of gives you that little oomph.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he cares, we're in a safe space. This person wants to get this done just like we do. And also have everybody, you know, feeling somewhat decent and good and safe and etc.
Yeah, well, and I'm there with you. You know, it's like you know, Ophelia, I put you and Ronan through so much in that, and I put myself through so much, and it was just
I don't know. I liked it. I mean, the beach day was a little rough, but like I don't know. I feel like. I mean, it is what it is, but I didn't feel like it was too much.
I think doing the films, just going through it, it's like, I think with theater, with all the background that I've had, not all the background, I'm not a theater expert. What I've had, what my experience has been, I try to make it fun and engaging for people. So learning what my theater is.
And you have done that.
Ophelia was very from the hip. I mean, I just kind of I worked with what I had and just get that dual roll down on a very low budget, you know?
Hey, we did it though.
Yeah, I think we kicked butt, and I think we got our money shots in there. And, you know the money shots I'm talking about.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
That worked out fantastically.
Yeah, I mean, remember like I was telling like some of the people, I said like, no, don't touch the camera. Don't even touch it. Just keep it on record. Costume switch, you know, so we could do those cropping of the screen and everything. It was very nerve-wracking. Yeah. Yeah.
It was, but it worked out.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I'm very, very proud of you. How long of a process was that to get that done for you after everything was shot? It took a little while, didn't it?
You know, I don't think I finished it until up until the screening event. Like we're talking up until November of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, because of all the technical stuff.
It had taken a while.
Yeah. Well, and that, in my opinion, that's my least favorite part of filmmaking is the post-production. Because you procrastinate. You want to talk about procrastinating.
Yeah.
I don't procrastinate when it comes to writing because it's like I got ideas, okay, I just want to write them down and then I'll take notes and then I'll put that in later. And then the shooting period is the funnest because you get to party with everybody and then afterwards it's just, you have all the footage. Like,
everyone's dispersed.
yeah.
Then it's time to get to it's the dirty work, you know.
It's like you had a
homework.
big party, everybody left popcorn everywhere, nobody's there, and then you're gonna pick everything up, organize it, and make everything look neat for the next party. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah.
You know. And it's very solitary too. You know,
I was going to mention that, solitary.
yeah. Well, yeah, writing is solitary and then editing is solitary. You know. Nobody's over your shoulder saying, "You're doing a good job."
Yeah, we're like, this is awesome.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
You're like, I hope this is awesome. Okay.
Yeah, let's hope.
Your experience as an actor and advice that you would give to an up-and-coming actor.
That's a good question. I think that the main advice that I would give would be to not give up. Always keep your eyes open and always inquire about opportunities that you see. Even if you may not get anywhere, you still inquire because years down the road, it might work out. It's like when I inquired about I saw, there's a director here that is doing some clown thing. Like, oh, cool. Like I wonder if he needs actors. And I messaged you, right? And you didn't get back to me for what, another year or two? Yeah, no, which was fine. You were busy doing your thing. But then guess what? Now we work together all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And so always inquire, never give up. Don't take rejection personally, ever. And also know your goddamn lines. Know your lines because being lazy, I don't care how good you might think you are, it causes more stress on you. So making sure that you are prepared and get those lines down, get them down. And then understand that being on set can be extremely boring. Very, very, very boring. So I'd say those are the main things. But the biggest one, don't give up.
Okay.
Don't give up. And just your groundwork is meeting people from the community and getting involved with projects community-wise. Getting into independent projects and building your way up. That's how I did things. Gather tools to put in your toolbox. And every little project you do, every little thing that you do on set is going to benefit your toolbox for the future. Yeah.
What about directing? Did you want to add a little bit, like, to up-and-coming directors? Because usually it's people starting their own projects and whatnot, but what would you give for advice on that?
I'd say make sure you know how to manage your stress. Like, if you're really stressed out, go walk away, go take a quick walk, go grab a quick coffee, you know. Don't let your crew know too much at all. Like, just because you're the leader, they look up to you. They want to know that everything's okay and safe. And so if you're yelling or getting upset, which I didn't do, I don't think. I think it was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
No, I would never.
fine.
Oh, I never yelled.
Yeah, you were fine.
No, I was good with it. I don't like to show. If I'm in a leader position, I don't want to show people that I'm stressed. Being tired's fine. You're okay.
Sure.
Everybody's tired. Just drink coffee, and if you feel things are lollygagging, then pick up the pace.
Yeah.
You got to pick up the pace. Be like, all right, you know what? Lighting, everything good. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, we're not quite ready there yet. Okay, that's fine. Actors, come over here. We're almost ready. You know, just kind of get things moving and picking up again. Yeah, but I haven't done it enough to give much more advice than that.
Sure. Well, you I think when we did it together, I learned on Crystal, because that was the first time I had like a director of photography, like a guy saying, "Hey, Roman, how do you like this?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Which is
I approve."
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. And so that's, I mean, Jeff Schneider, I got a lot of my teaching from him, so that when we worked together, I was like, "Nicolette, what do you think?" You would say your bit, you would say your line you told me several times during the filming, how you like it. And then I think what I wanted for you, especially like from the producer standpoint, was give you basically like pave the path make a path for you so you knew where to go with, you know, scheduling, actors, locations, props, everything was set for you. And then all you had to do was just, I don't like it, I like it, I want this over here, you know, I like that shot. And so that you had that structure, everything was good to go. And you were a brilliant director, I mean, truthfully, because I was thinking, directing can be really stressful, you know, especially if you're new to it. And I think when you're kind of doing it by yourself, like when you're starting up from that period, it's like everything's on you and you're Jack or Jill of all trades. But then when you have a crew, it's like, I think it can be stressful, I think, because you got all these people around.
Yep.
But then easier also because you got all these people around, you know, and they're helping you, and you got masterful Tim Coyle on his lighting and sound. Which,
Love that guy.
yeah, guy's got like a PhD in.
Man is amazing.
Is there any last bit of words you'd like to say for this show before we wrap?
Well, this has been fun. I mean, this is my very first like sit across interview, I think, other than the premiere.
The screening event.
Yeah, but this is, you know, so I hope that it's as awkward as I think it is. Just. I cracked myself up. No, I'm really glad that we got to sit down and kind of review everything and talk about everything, and hopefully it can, you know, help bring some more recognition in our work that we do.
Yeah.
Plus, it'll be good memories.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be fun to rewatch and be like, oh yeah, that's when we're older and forgotten things like, oh, I remember that. Wow, I miss being that young and beautiful. But no, I just thank you for inviting me here. I'm glad I could make it.
Me too. Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me and asking questions and kind of giving me some spotlight with my, you know, all the work that I've done.
Please watch Nicolette Pullen in Flirting with the Devil, and am I holding it up okay?
Yeah.
And Flirting with the Flirting with the Devil, and I almost said iCloud. Flirting with the Devil.
Holy shit! Go
and
with it.
Ophelia. I got to get my stuff together, projects together. It's on RomanEmpireEntertainment.com. You can see it for free. I promise it's not a ploy to get you to buy it because it'll say buy on there. Just click on the
fix
preview.
that.
Yeah, I gotta fix that. Just click on the preview and you'll be able to see it. And I promise, because I won't be asking for any information from you. So, boy, that's not awkward, is it?
You know what? Just be you, Roman.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.